I used to glorify hustle culture and that whole work hard, play hard mentality when I was younger. It gave me some sort of pride to respond to how I use with, oh my god, I've been so busy, I've been barely sleeping, and just giving people the general impression that I'm always busy. Hustle culture equates busyness with productivity, exhaustion with accomplishment, and most dangerously, self-worth with professional success. And yeah, I was definitely all about that. It was nice having people around me think that I was hella driven, ambitious, and primed for financial success. But now that I'm older and more settled into who I am and who I'm not, that sort of outlook feels very performative and shallow even. Thus, for the past few days, I've been wondering what happened, why the change of heart, what has changed in the way that I do and view work. With much retrospection, I've come to boil it down to 3 things. First was a better understanding of time and its value. If you pop by my streams often, you'll notice that I say these things, that money is a replenishable resource while time isn't, and that experiencing the same thing now versus when you're older are 2 different separate things. I personally think that our life experiences are dependent on 4 main things. That's health, money, free time, and age. Changes or variations in any of that can result in totally different experiences. It's pretty straightforward, I think, but a simple example would be traveling to Japan in your 20s versus traveling to Japan in your retirement doing the same things are 2 totally different experiences, right? The second point is having the awareness to be less reckless with direction. If I have a direction I want to pursue nowadays, I usually have these thoughts. Why do I want to do this? Why do I feel this way towards it? Who or what will I affect around me? And what are the costs or trade-offs? I, of course, thought about these things too when I decided I wanted to get back into content creation 3 years ago. And I very much enjoy the way that I do it now versus when I first started doing it 8 years ago. And I'm pretty sure it's because I was less reckless about it. And I thought about more things. And lastly, which is kind of similar to the previous point, but a little more micro, is that I sift through my actions with more prudence. So after I think about a direction, it's of course very important to also think about the things that I've ought to do day to day to pursue it. And when I plan towards that, these are the things that I think of. What actions are within my control? What actions give relatively more reliable results? Are these actions something I can be proud of? And will I regret not doing this in the future? Exploring these questions for my actions actually help with a few things, such as keeping me accountable. Because the actions that I pick end up being the relatively more reliable ones and things that are within my control, it means that, well, I really can't expect anything to happen if I don't do them, right? Even if they might be boring as hell, it's my sin and my skill issue to bear if I slack and nothing happens. And exactly because of these actions being within my control, if I do them well, I get to be proud of it. And it's a sort of nice, reliable, sustainable feedback loop of fulfillment. And it's nice to have something you can rely on that's based off of your own merits. Additionally, this thought process also lets me prioritize my tasks properly, giving me visibility and clarity into which ones are like must-dos and very related to the core objective versus the ones that are just whatever. This also means that I get to plan my days better, so I can plan for free time and plan for other things in life, not just work. Which also naturally manages my burnout and procrastination. I really feel like I burn out less and I have less reasons to procrastinate. Plus, the things that I do, some of them get quite easy because the motivation is really to uphold what I already do well and just do it more often. And I get satisfaction from it and I take pride in it. Plus, the fact that I also get to plan for other things in life is a really nice balance. and it lets me kind of just recuperate before jumping back into the fray. This is why, for example, with streaming, I focus on being able to consistently stream at the same time, same day, same frequency every week. And for YouTube, I take pride in being able to upload my own weekly videos regardless of what other VTubers are doing. At work, I also often do extra things that require a lot of effort, but I know will pay off in the long run because it makes things easier and, well, more efficient. This, of course, doesn't mean that I stop doing the more riskier things that are worth a shot, or things that are spurred on by excitement and passion, but it's these sustainable actions that are always my anchors. After all, life is RNG and no one has control over that. But what we can do is make more of our own opportunities so that there's a higher chance of that RNG hitting. There might not be any massive growth spike yet, but every time that I do these sustainable actions successfully, there is always some little improvement that I can be happy over, and it's these little things that keep my mood afloat and also gives me the peace of mind to take a step back and focus on the other important things in life. So yeah, the way that I do work has definitely changed. It's become less of chasing the reckless highs and the social brand and more of grounded awareness, intentionality, and seeking sustainability where possible. Honestly, writing this video was more of an introspection thing for me. But hey, if it gives you guys a perspective or two, then, well, I hope you guys find it relevant.